channel, it's Romy here. This is your final soul story for this year, December 2024. If you have a sun, rising or moon in the sign, this is your reading, and I appreciate you tuning in and for all of your support and investment through this year. We're opening up this month with the energy of the Knight of Swords. You really are a force of nature this month, actually. I think that there is something incredibly compelling and very powerful about your intentions, how you're showing up, what you have to say, and how you have to share that information and that message. If you can come from a place of knowing that in many ways you have to validate yourself, and also, I think, Aquarius, to decide that you want something more than you're afraid of it or of the awareness of the challenges that might come along with it. And in that mindset, you can kind of take on anything. Now, December is definitely a month of second chances. We have Mercury still retrograde until the 15th. We also have Mars shifting retrograde in Leo from the 6th. As you review and come back into an awareness of things that you've learned, experiences that have shaped you, information, conversations, there's so much that still has value, and that validity is being understood by you in a new way in December. Now, I say that, I also want you to be prepared for the fact that December is full of contradictions, okay? And that can make life a little bit tough because you're then having to work with even your own mind feeling very split or, very changeable and mutable. Other people coming at things in a very contradictory way, saying one thing, meaning another. And, having to hold space for all of that can also feel quite tricky, and definitely the lost in translation that can ensue with these retrogrades, never mind some of the impact that can happen as we understand on practical levels, just means that, that first part of December can feel a little bit chaotic and frenzied. And if we're not careful, we spin out quite easily. That's a time of year that we know, especially through that mutable Sagittarius energy, can happen. I will say that Mars retrograde in Leo, that's going to be in the sign through till 6th of January before it moves back into Cancer, is also affording you a real uplift in terms of inspiration around your creativity. So pay attention to that. As I said, you're a force of nature, and what you have to say and how you see things can be incredibly compelling. Now, it may feel radical, something that you're thinking about, or even how other people are telling you it's coming across, but actually, if you really take a moment and stop, what you're going to realize is it's the natural next step for you. So you're going to have to look at things a little bit differently in order to just allow and give yourself permission to kind of continue to move in that direction. Now you can see her paintbrush is actually cutting through the cloud. I want to say to you that the energy of December for me feels like at times there is a thick cloud cover, and then it's punctuated with these moments where the sun breaks through and we have this brilliance and this radiance and this insight and vision of what is possible and what is really going on. And it's enough to give you the hope, it's enough to give you that invigoration into something. And for you, with the energy of the Lovers, I feel it's about the choice and the decision that you're coming to, and maybe even whilst you're in that at times void or in the grey and just thinking that there's so much unknown or uncertainty, you always have a choice, right? But I think the consideration of the choice of not doing something is going to help you immeasurably through December. And in the moments where you can cut through that cloud cover, what you'll realize is that you are coming closer and closer into alignment than you've ever been with something. Now, Sagittarius energy is 11th house, which really talks about community and friendships and the groups that you're a part of. Now, community is everything. It's key, but not when it strips you, not when it takes away the things that make you you. And so there will be some perhaps radical, important and powerful choices that you make in regards to community through the course of December to really sort of help clear your energy field, and I think set you up for what's going to be important for you moving into the early part of the year. I think your heart has been letting you know something for years, maybe, Aquarius, and that perhaps now you have the boldness and the intention and really the absolute determination to kind of follow through and to make something happen. Now, December, of course, wants us to ensure we have lots of space available, you know, to be not only fluid and adaptable to shifting and changing circumstances, both practically and emotionally, but also to just, you know, have the time to ensure that we can focus on some of the things that feel good. You know, there's going to be a lot of reflection and review that happens this month. And, you know, you're going to want to find time to kind of channel yourself into those passions and what lights up the heart space. The Lovers and the Nine of Cups tells me that actually you could have quite a pleasant and uplifting surprise by way of an important relationship or commitment and agreement that's in place, and delivering in December perhaps a little bit of a surprise silver lining to something absolutely good for you, right? Venus shifts into your sign on the 6th, and on the 7th we've actually got a real power day. Look out for it. Sarah's asteroid goddess is coming into your sign also, and remember, she's very nurturing, kind of that moon-like energy, and very similar to Venus. She's also ruling over money, and with Venus conjunct Pluto in your sign as well, and Sun opposing Jupiter, there's this moment, again, like I said, the breakthrough in the cloud cover, but something coming in that has real value for you and could see an uplift and some sense of abundance, you know, maybe coming in on the heart level while you think about romance or love relationships, or something that's more tangible and offering you an opportunity from a material prosperity perspective to be able to see some good news or lean into something that's possible or promising. And remember, you know, as we're now working with this Pluto and Aquarius energy, everything's going to start feeling like it's happening so fast and happening very unconventionally and happening very unexpectedly at times. The 7th also sees Neptune moving direct. You've got the Chariot here and the Knight of Swords. My goodness, you're definitely on your way. And with that movement and that progression that seems to be happening before the end of the year, it's sort of a hold on to your hats moment. I think sometimes we have to realize life can hurt like hell, and sometimes it can deliver such sweetness, and it's just a big ride, isn't it? And it's not always one where we feel like we're strapped in and we're prepared for. Nonetheless, it's here and it's happening. And I think if you can kind of get on board with knowing that the ride might feel at times a bit turbulent, it's still better than clinging on to the old. It's like we've got no choice now but to continue moving deeper into sometimes what feels like the void. And yet actually when we get through that and come out the other side, you know, we realize that, yeah, that might have felt like a difficult initiation, but here we are in a place that affords us such a greater view and perspective of things. And the Chariot really says where there is a will, there's a way, and there's a successful outcome that feels like it's wanting to come into your life if you can give it permission and hold space for that to flow in for you. There might be a returning to an important dream or ambition that you've got, and before the end of the year you might just make that real firm commitment to yourself. You might even take a trip. If there is traveling coming through, be mindful around the retrograde energies kind of perhaps causing some delay, but actually I still think you end up getting to where you're supposed to, and perhaps that additional time spent or reroute that ends up happening affords you just almost the chance to kind of think over something, or to see or to read or to be exposed to something that's going to be very important actually in terms of you know, what you're going to, I don't know, what you're going to say about what's happened maybe in the entirety of this year. Remember, how we decide to take the memories of the year forward have such importance. You know, what did you make it mean? Now, your Ace of Wands, I really like this coming through for you. You've actually got some beautiful energies surfacing in December, Aquarius. She's opening the page. She's opening at a new page, something different here, something she's kind of curious and not quite sure about, but actually she can see can move very quickly and holds the seed and the potential of something that has been wanted, but perhaps again is arriving in a way that is a little bit unexpected. You definitely can take advantage of this new beginning and this pathway that's opening itself up in the month of December, but really wants to be fully harnessed and capitalized on as you move early into the new year. And the full moon in Gemini, fellow air sign, on the 15th, also seeing Mercury stationed direct in Sagittarius, you know, and that's a Mercury that's been kind of fraught with T-squares. So there's a lot of karma that's been flying around, a lot of clearance that's had to take place in terms of some of the important conversations and things that have unfolded about the future particularly, and about that bigger picture. But we can see the growth happening fast, right? And that Knight of Swords tells me it's happening fast. The Chariot says it's happening fast. So I would be prepared, even though we've got this contradictory energy, the kind of second chance feeling of December is bringing something back around that wants to be a part of your world, that is meant to be a part of your future. And I think that the release that you can have that mid-month full moon in Gemini, Aquarius, is one that says, you know, I'm strong enough actually to do this. I deserve this. And the way that I remembered this, or how I talked about this, or how I processed this in the past, doesn't need to be something that I still align with. You know, you get to change your mind. You get to say you were wrong. You get to look at something with an energy now of just holding space for the what if. You know, I think that's really what that full moon is helping you to achieve and to do. It's a wonderful time to get your message out regarding something, okay? It lands very strongly for you this month, that stellium of energy gathering in your sign, and then the air energy of Gemini just feels like it's wanting to uplift something in a way that feels, you know what, against the odds. Even it feels like, even if you've got circumstances and events that are conspiring against you, or how that's your, you know, interpretation, I think against the odds you're going to make something happen, or something's coming together, even if it doesn't look like it's going to, okay? Because those contradictions feel like they're up until the 11th hour with something before you know the answer, or you get to see how it figures itself out. Now we'll welcome the sun in Capricorn, and of course solstice energy on the 21st. It's a beautiful time to be, you know, working with that to help realign you, come back into harmony and rhythm with yourself. Like I said, remembering that you need to hold a lot of white space this month. It's an emotional time, it's a sensitive time, and if you're not careful, you know, the obligations, the responsibilities and duties can kind of take over. And you have a window here. There's a window of opportunity for you on a personal level that I think something wants to emerge and to happen and to be realized by you in December. So make sure you just gift yourself that moment. Now, 24th, Jupiter square Saturn, a little bit of friction right ahead of the holidays if that's the time you're celebrating. But Chiron stations direct on the 29th, so it feels like even if the couple of days are a bit grumbly, we have something that feels healing and almost understood, reconciled, resolved and released around the end of the month, right ahead of that new moon in Capricorn. And of course in your 12th house, you're really done. Like, you're really ready to say goodbye to this year, goodbye to this experience, or whatever it is that at that new moon you're going, this is the choice, this is the direction, this is where I'm at. And you're kind of all in with that. I do feel that, you know, as I said, it may seem radical, but really it's just a natural next step for you. Your strength card says, hold your position, hold your line, hold your truth. You've got everything that you need at this moment. It's not an easy time. We can all recognize that for the reality that it is, but it doesn't need to be that, you know, your whole life doesn't get to be still revealing to you these moments of absolute beauty and joy and happiness and opportunity for you to continue to fulfill dreams, ambitions, wants, needs, desires. In fact, you know, everything is determined with that reality being so, right? You know, this is what helps to move us forward. So don't give up on that and don't shy away from it. In fact, one might say be bolder than ever in terms of what it is that you're trying to achieve and attain, because in doing so, you galvanize your energy, you strengthen your intention, and you bring more light into your life and to other people's lives. I think toward the end of the month, there's a huge apology either coming towards you or being made by you. It feels so symbolic, but it also comes with no strings attached, and that really matters. Pay attention to that, and then use that new moon Capricorn to lay something out for yourself. You're going to stick to this. So whether it's a resolution or something that you feel you've never quite been able to kind of consistently hold on to, something about this says, yeah, now is the time. Now is the time. If you're new to the channel, your last 3 cards we're going to look at in the extended reading, Aquarius. You'll find the link in the comment and description box. Talk for another 30 minutes or so. We'll look at a personal and a relationship card for you. And also a card for the year ahead, and just get a quick preview of what comes through in 2025 for you. So I'm just going to go ahead and clarify these cards and see the direction that we're going to be taking the reading for you. We've got King of Cups energy and the Hierophant. Please check out my beautiful Solstice soul activation for you for this month, as well as my other sacred soul support, soothing affirmations for the season, and lots that can help you with your energetic protection and clearance and grounding, so needed in this kind of time of year. You'll also find all of my offers available over on the website romywiser.com, my deck, my book and the journal, of course, shipping now. Thank you to all of you who have supported my work with all of my creative titles. It means the world. Got beautiful star energy coming through here. 3 of Wands, 5 of Wands. All the decks are always listed below, Aquarius. Okay, let's have a look at Life Soul Vision Oracle. So this is my own deck. How are we adding to this conversation for December for you? We have Portals of Possibility, Rainbow Dragon and the Wild Rose, Mirrors of the Mind. We've got Heart Energy, Alchemize the Ache. We've got Labyrinth of Sweet Surrender coming through there as well. Beautiful messages. Okay, so this is the Soul Call Oracle, created by my beautiful soul friend Kelly. Let's have a look. What do we have coming through? Warrior Spirit, only the brave. Okay, Aquarius, thank you again for showing up on my channel. A very quick preview of the new journal that is arriving and shipping out, and just a beautiful opportunity for you to hold space for so much of your own spiritual journey and really have that anchor, that support to return to time and time again. It's just going to work with all of your other planners and diaries, just as a soul reference that I hope will just grow with you. So you can check it out over on the website. Thank you so much. I love and appreciate you. I hope you'll join me on the extended. Have a beautiful holiday season, a peaceful one. I'm going to see you again in 2025.